my dead body.
Uchle Numa. Česko kulturna krista kręgu. Jak Oscar.
I bet you have.
All right, everybody. I think you know what time it is. It's time to figure out who shot first. Nope, restart. I did that.
Your voice sounded like a radio show host, like really ASMR.
And that was my radio voice. I was
Folks.
I was on the
We're
radio
here
today.
to talk about crunches and
Sorry, I did radio
voices.
show. I made a radio show at 4 that was my radio voice.
Rewind.
All right, everybody. We're back. I'm Nick.
I am MA.
And this is episode 2 of Who Shot First.
Can we say it at the same time? Like, or no, you say the who, and I'll say the shot, and then we both say first. All right?
Okay. And this is episode 2 of Who Shot.
No, dude, no. I say shot. I say shot. You say who. We both say first.
All right.
All right. Just ready. You say who.
Who
Shot first. No, but you have to say first at the same time as me. All right. Ready?
All right. Who
Shot
first?
Okay, Nick, how are you doing? How's your day going? How's your week going?
Good. I just did my last radio show of the semester. I played like 45 minutes worth of songs on half volume, so a little bit of the Strokes, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Love the Strokes.
Yeah.
Always a
Strokes
good
are
time
radical.
listening to the Strokes.
The Strokes are indeed radical.
Yeah, man. So we're going to start off the podcast with our favorite sequels of all time, because I feel like that's pretty fitting for a second episode. And there might not be a third, so fuck it. Nick, what are your top 5 sequels of all time?
In no particular order, but maybe the first is Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back, The Two Towers, Spider-Man 2, Shrek 2, and Back to the Future 2. Shrek 2 is easily the best Shrek movie. Easily. It's the best Shrek movie. It's so good. It's so good. The songs are awesome.
Yeah.
Gingerbread
Smash
Man,
Mouth.
awesome.
Smash
Mouth is
Smash
the best
Bros.
band ever.
Super Smash Bros. Is a good game. Just saying. Melee is the best.
Yeah, I've been playing too much Melee. That's honestly a lot of the reason why I haven't been watching anything either. But that's
Yeah.
besides the point.
Do they even play it in the second movie? I know they do in the first movie.
Hey now,
Or is
you're
it
an
the other way around?
all-star. Yeah, no, I think all-stars in the first movie. Let me check. I can check the Shrek 2 soundtrack right now. All right, Accidentally in Love, Counting Crows, Changes, David Bowie, Funky.
Wow.
I think it's a covey. I think it's a cover. It's a cover of David Bowie.
That's
Funky
still
Town.
great.
I
Yep.
Need Some Sleep, Little Drop of Poison, People Ain't No Good, Livin' La Vida Loca, banger. Holding
Yeah,
On for a Hero,
Slap.
banger.
Slap.
As Lovers Go, I can't really remember. I'm On My Way, I can't really
Yeah.
remember. Ever Fallen in Love, Ever Fallen in Love. I think that's that song.
Is that how the song actually goes? Or are you just making that up?
I think that's that song.
Oh, the one that goes, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that goes,
something in my eyeball.
something.
That's
That
all
one?
I can really remember. That song's awesome though. Okay.
Yeah, I like that song.
All right.
Yeah, Shrek 2, all of the Shrek movies are actually, even like the fourth Shrek, they made a lot of Shreks. Didn't they make like 4 or 5?
They made
All of them are really good.
I don't know if they made I think they made 3 and then they made like a few like straight to like streaming services movies. I'm pretty sure there's like a Puss in Boots movie that actually I don't know if it was in theaters. I don't know. I think there was a few more movies.
Puss in
Whatever.
Puss in Boots definitely was in theaters. I saw it.
They milked Shrek in the Shrek universe.
Shrek has a
Milk.
freaking musical in Broadway, and it's actually
It has
really good.
shows.
Well, fun fact.
Oh, wait.
well, all right.
Yeah, let's hear your fun fact. Let's
Do
hear
you
your fun
wanna
fact.
hear my fun
Let's hear your fun fact. Let's hear your fun fact. Fun fact.
Back in the day when your boy was an actor, and that was a very short-lived career because I wasn't good. Back in the day, my first audition tape was actually from Shrek. I played Donkey. And it wasn't a choice. It was thwarted onto me by my acting teacher. And she was like, you're going to be Eddie Murphy's Donkey. All right. Great top 5 sequels of all time. Nick, applause for you.
Thanks.
Just putting this out here. This is sequels. Can't be the third movie in a trilogy. Can't be the fourth movie. It's the second movie. Because, I would have put Back to the Future 3 over Back to the Future 2. Because we all know Back to the Future 3 is better. We all know it's better.
3 is better, dude.
But we're not talking the third movie in a trilogy. We're talking the second. So, at number 5, Spider-Man 2. It's a classic. It's even better than Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man 2 is also Sam Raimi, but it's great. It's one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. I think like up there with Logan and the next movie I'm going to say, which is my number 4, The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is a sequel. It's the second movie in the trilogy, and it is also one of the best movies of all time, by the way. More to come on that movie in the future. Number 3.
That's awesome.
Number 3, The Road Warrior, Mad Max 2.
Wow.
I eat up Mel Gibson as Mad Max, and I also eat him up in my third movie, which is Lethal Weapon 2.
Oh,
Another great. If you know me, dude,
I like Lethal Weapon 10. That's my favorite Lethal Weapon.
If you know me, you know that I live for Lethal Weapon and Indiana Jones.
Awesome.
And that's just, it is what it is.
That's awesome.
At number 2, Alien 2. Alien is one of those weird franchises where the first movie is an absolute classic, and the second movie is also an absolute classic. Same thing with Terminator. Terminator 1 is great, and then Judgment Day is actually better, which is weird because Terminator 1 is so good. And then obviously number 1 is The Godfather Part 2 because it's my favorite movie of all time. So yeah, those are my top 5 sequels.
Nice. I'm going to be talking about the first 2 episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Nick's a bit late on this one.
Yes, I'm late on all the. I haven't seen WandaVision yet or Loki. I've been busy with school, and yeah.
But he's going to talk to me, and I have seen every episode of the shows that have come out besides Hawkeye, which I am watching at the moment, and we will be talking about that soon, probably in the next episode.
So, off the bat, I don't understand why Anthony Mackie just gives up the shield. I don't understand why after all this time, everything he's been through, he doesn't feel like it should be his. I understand like he doesn't want to like let go of Cap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to just not do anything about it and know that, and you just know that they're going to hand the mantle to somebody else, and they do. Wyatt Russell. I'll talk about him later. He's awesome. Yeah. Anthony Mackie, all right. Sebastian, my dog, awesome. But the back and forth, I like it here and there. Some jokes land, but literally
they don't have the best chemistry. They just don't.
Yeah,
Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan did not have great chemistry in this show.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan is like easily the better actor of the two, like easily. And I hate Anthony Mackie's mustache. Like, dude, just let the whole thing grow. Why? Much more of the jokes literally fall so flat, and I spent so much of that silent, and every once in a while I'd be like, huh.
So I agree with you. The chemistry is off for sure, but I like Anthony Mackie. I think that you'll be thoroughly surprised with where they take his character. I think you can already kind of guess what's going to happen at the end of the season or the series. I don't know if they're doing another season, but I think you can guess what happens with his character. But needless to say, Anthony Mackie is an energetic dude. Every time he's on screen, I like watching him. I enjoy watching him. I do think that when he's on screen with Sebastian Stan, with Bucky, it's a bit like awkward. I don't think they mesh well together. They're two very alpha dominant like dudes. Like they are the dudes in their own universe. And I just don't think neither one of them are going to play the sidekick role, which I think they play off of in the show, but it doesn't translate well.
I think that's what they're trying to get to the viewer in the show. They're trying to like make it like, remember they have to go to that counseling session. Like I think the lack of chemistry is supposed to be there, but it's not even just there in the writing. It's also there.
Yeah, it's not just the writing. Like the actors just
also the
truly.
Acting.
Although there's an episode coming up towards the end of the season. You'll see, and there's a scene that really makes you believe that they mend the burnt bridge. You know what I mean? Like they bridge their relationship in a way. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but they do something that's very it's very nice to see between the two characters. I personally liked the series 10 times more because of the appearance of Isaiah Bradley. I don't know how you felt about that, but I loved seeing that character be introduced to the MCU.
I loved how just badass he was and how like he only invited Bucky Larson in just to see if he had gotten a new arm,
Yeah.
which is so badass. And I for sure thought they were going to fight at a point. I did. I think I at least thought they were going to scrap for a sec. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, also he's
Yeah.
so old though, but he was also still so strong, and they show you that.
Yeah. Yeah, but what pisses me off is like, yeah, why? Oh man, it would have been so cool to have like an iteration of him in the films and not just like an old version that's just done.
That's
you know I mean?
that's what I'm questioning. First off, shout out Carl Lumbly. He is the actor who plays Isaiah Bradley. Couldn't think of a better casting for that role. He
cool.
plays that like scorned and angry, and
He looks jacked. He looked like
he does look
that,
jacked. Yeah. They definitely put on some prosthetics and makeup because
Yeah.
he looks absolutely shredded in the body, and then the face is like, I'm an old man.
Yeah.
As like regarding what you said, they definitely could go and explore his origin story and what have you, because he is the OG Cap. I don't know how many people that are listening know this, but before there was Cap, there was Isaiah Bradley. There was a Captain America, and it explores some of the racial issues. The comic explores some of the racial issues in this country. Obviously, this is all fictional bullshit, but it draws similarities to the real world. And in the comic, Isaiah Bradley is a part of the experiment that, as we have seen, happens with Captain America. But at first, it happens with Isaiah Bradley, and he is the first super soldier. He is the original Cap as a test. They kind of lock Isaiah Bradley up, and they kind of treat him like a prisoner, and hence his anger and distaste for the country that treated him so wrongly.
Yeah.
And obviously, you can see the similarities that are drawn between real world and fictional world comic books. But I think you can explore that whole storyline in depth with a prequel to Captain America featuring Isaiah Bradley, or because we know they have a relationship, Steve and Isaiah. We know that they've come in contact and been in touch throughout the years. So it would be cool to see that relationship.
Oh man,
It'd be cool to see.
Dude, do you think when Cap went back after the Tony snap, do you think he like reconciled with him?
Yeah, I do. I was going to say that. I think that in his old age, because Cap got to live a whole life. Cap got to go back to being a young man.
Yeah, he went back and lived what
an
he would have
entire
lived
life.
if he crashed in that plane.
So I think that now, having had the snap, he did go back and make amends with Isaiah. I don't know how willing Isaiah was to make amends, considering that he was locked up for years and treated like a criminal. At least in the comics. I don't know how they would address that in the shows or the movies if they were to make a movie. But
Yeah,
I do
he
think
said
that
30 years or something.
Yeah, I do think that in an
Which is
ideal world,
ridiculous. That's
Steve
so
goes
insane.
back and makes amends. I think so. But he did. But Carl Lumbly played that character great in the show.
Yeah.
Another actor who plays that character great is the guy who plays Zemo. I forget his name, but the actor who plays Zemo does such a great job at playing a creepy dude.
Oh, his name is Daniel. I think it's pronounced Bruhl.
Yeah, it's Daniel Bruhl. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, he's awesome, man. He gives me the same vibes as Polka Dot Man from Suicide Squad.
Oh my god, I love Polka Dot Man. It's so
awesome,
depressing
man.
when Polka Dot Man dies.
awesome.
He finally gets to save the day, and he's like, "I'm a superhero," and just gets
So
fucking
depressing.
stomped on.
Dude, in the theater, I was like physically depressed. I was like, bro.
Speak
why?
about crying, dude. I cried at the end of Suicide Squad, like for 15 minutes. I had to pause the movie to cry. I mean,
Dude. What's the shark's name? I feel like an asshole for not remembering his name right now.
King Shark, but also
His like, I think it was like a Hawaiian name or something.
King Shark's name.
Unawe or something.
Yeah, it's Nanawe.
Oh, nice, sniped it.
I love
Nanawe?
that movie so much.
Dude, remember how they make you think he's gonna die? I thought he was gonna die.
Yeah,
I
when he
truly
was just
thought he was
taking
gonna
bullets, just yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
He
oh
went
my
through so
God.
much. The literal
The
building
fish
collapsed
when
on
the
him.
fish
Yeah.
eat him, dude. He was
I know
trying
he was
to
like
be friends.
he was like friends, and they just were like, nah.
Try to eat him. I thought he was dead then, and then I thought he was dead when he fell out of the building, and then dude.
Nanawe, I think
Nanawe's a
Nanawe is
tank.
invincible. I think that's like his powers, that he's just super invincible and cannot die
Man, I just
unless decapitated.
man.
They're making a Peacemaker spin-off show. It's coming out on HBO
Yeah,
Max.
that's what I was gonna say.
Looks
If
really
I
good.
were to, if I were to pick any character to have made a spin-off of, it would have been like either a prequel, like a Polka Dot Man prequel, or like a Nanaue like post story.
Nah, dude, I would for sure do a Ratcatcher 2 prequel or storyline going forward from Suicide Squad. But I think
I don't
a
know.
prequel
Her
would be
character
cool.
didn't have enough charm for me. Out of all the characters,
Her character had the.
they gave her
part-
like the most backstory, and I still didn't even like her the most.
I don't know. I liked Ratcatcher, man. I thought she had some depth to her. I thought that.
But that's
I
what I'm saying.
thought
She
that
did
all the-
have depth, and I didn't even like her the most. Like she had the most backstory, I think.
You know what it is too? I think James Gunn, because he's done this with Guardians, he's really good at he doesn't necessarily give us characters that have like really relatable backstories. Like we're not like, oh, I see myself in a non-way. Like, no. He just makes the characters so lovable that when something bad happens to them or they die, you're like, no! Like when Yondu died in the theater, a mix between tears
Dude, I
and
cried.
like,
And then he plays father and son after.
Yeah, and he chooses the right song.
It's
James
not
Gunn is a
bad.
master at choosing the right song for the moment. Like I'm putting him on my car DJ. If I'm ever driving with James Gunn in the car, he's riding passenger and he gets aux.
I have never in my life listened to a movie soundtrack, and I listen to Awesome Mix Volume 1 and 2 often, very often.
Yeah, seriously.
Wang, bang. Oh, it's Wham. I just said Wang Bang. Wang, Wang Bang.
Yeah, he's so good at choosing songs for the right moment. That when they play father and son after Yondu dies, it's like, could you have picked a better fucking song? And the writing in that movie doesn't get a lot of credit because it has kind of like a silly plot. I mean, like they go to but
dude,
but
they set up why can't I think of his name right now? Blonde dude.
Adam?
Yeah, they set up Adam, dude. I cannot wait for Guardians 3. I can't wait. Adam. I can't wait to see how Star-Lord wins back his baby girl. Because she doesn't remember him.
Yeah, it's gonna be I've been wondering, it's been on my mind a lot. I stay up at night sometimes and think about how Gamora is going to get back to the Guardians, or if she does. Also, it's Adam Warlock. I don't know why we said Adam, but I don't want people to think we don't know it's Adam Warlock. But I'm very intrigued as to what they're going to do with that character. And we know Thor's going to be in the movie too. Maybe it's just for like a few minutes, but we know he's going to be in it in some facet. So,
Yep. Man, how do you feel about Love and Thunder? How do you feel about Natalie Portman coming back?
I love Natalie Portman. She's so great.
You think she's going to be okay in it?
I think so. I'm excited to see her come back. It's been a while. She hasn't been in an MCU movie. Truly, I mean, she was in Endgame for like 30 seconds when Rocket like sneaks up behind her and goes to take the ether out of her. But besides that, we haven't like actually seen her in a movie since The Dark World, which was 2012, I think, or 2013, like a while ago, almost a decade ago. So I'm very excited to see Natalie Portman back. And it also gives Thor a chance to, like, Thor's been through a lot, dude. I mean, like, who's been through more than fucking him? I mean, he lost Loki. He lost his dad. He lost his mom. He lost half of his people. Then he lost another half of his people when Thanos snapped. He literally has lost everyone. He lost Asgard. Asgard got fucked. He's lost a lot. I think it'd be fitting that he gets to run off in the sunset with his one true love. Assuming that Natalie Portman is still that. I don't know. I forget her
Asgard
character
getting
name.
destroyed, man. Oh.
But that was cool though when he's like, Asgard is a place, a people, not a place, and then just blows it up.
So insane.
Blows it up.
So insane.
Wait, what were we talking about before we got sidetracked like we tend to do?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think we were pretty much wrapped up. I talked about what I wanted to talk about. I only saw.
All right, dude, fuck that show. We're gonna talk more about that show when Nick watches more episodes. But for now, fuck that show. But
I talked about what I wanted to talk about today. Yeah. Isaiah Bradley, very interesting.
Isaiah Bradley was really cool, and
loved that.
And yeah, when we get to the later episodes of that show, we're gonna get more in depth because there's some shit that is worth talking about for the future of the MCU. Not to spoil anything to all of you who haven't seen the show yet, which is just Nick. So,
this is a Pontiac Grand Prix. I'm sorry.
All right, now I have a topic that I want to talk about. Nick, is that okay with you?
Yeah, dude.
Spider-Man. We talked about him on the last episode. Okay? We talked about him on the last episode. We talked about the trailer that just came out. Have you seen the press snippet for the villains?
It looks so dope. So dope.
For those of you listening
awesome.
For those of you listening who have not seen this, go YouTube it. They did a little interview with Jamie Foxx, Alfred Molina, is that his name? The guy who plays Doc Cock, Dr. Cock, and William Dafoe, who plays Green Goblin. And they interviewed him for like a solid 15 minutes. It's a long interview.
No, it's 9, I think.
Well, yeah, but it's long. It's not like a 2-minute one like they usually do. And
pretty long press junket.
Just to bring up some stuff that they talked about. Well, first off, it's confirmed that William Dafoe is in the movie, so we theorized that. But yeah, that's the case. It is Green Goblin, William Dafoe, Harry Osborn, and I don't know if you noticed this, Nick, but during the interview, William Dafoe says that Harry's armor has gotten upgrades in the time that he's been gone, or in the time that we haven't seen him, which makes me think this. All right, Harry Osborn dies at the end of Spider-Man 1, so if time has passed where he could make upgrades to his armor, that tells me that they're taking a Harry Osborn from an alternate reality where he did not die by the hand of Spider-Man. Because that would be impossible if he died from Spider-Man. Time has gone by since we've seen him. Meaning we're going to get alternate reality.
Where they haven't died yet. The fight's still going on.
Yeah, but that could also mean that he killed Spider-Man in his reality.
But then why would they all still be looking for him? And then why would Doc Ock be like, wait, you're not Peter, if he was still looking for Peter?
Well, I don't know, but another thing that was said that caught my interest is Jamie Foxx said that the motivation for every villain in this movie, and I mean, if you don't believe me, listen to the interview. I mean, but he said the motivation for everyone in this movie is outward towards the world. They're angry at the world. And he said the exception is Harry Osborn, Green Goblin. He is the only one who has a vendetta against Spider-Man personally. And he was like, it's personal for Harry. Another thing that I noticed was that Jamie Foxx really hated being blue as Electro. And he mentioned it like multiple times in the interview to a point where I was like, okay, I get it, Jamie Foxx. Like he really wanted us to know, hey, I know you guys hated me being blue, but I hated it too, so don't blame me.
Yeah, he was like, it wasn't his choice, I suppose.
Yeah, and the new Electro outfit looks it looks cooler, but two, it also looks more true to form. When I think of Spider-Man, I think of the animated series. Like that's just what I think, like the 90s Spider-Man. So I think of the Electro from that show, and it looks more like him, I would say.
At least the electricity does, like the Tims and shit.
Yeah.
That's Jamie's choice. That's his creative decision, and I don't care. Go for it, dude. Go for it.
Only Jamie Foxx would play Electro with fucking Tim's on.
Which is pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. It's cool. It's cool.
If you could play, wait, were you gonna bring something up?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like they said this themselves. Like all of them have new tech. You said it.
Yeah.
And I was just like thinking about the trailer, and like you remember when Doc Ock his arm like sucks in Peter's tech, like the nanobites, and he like upgrades his arms.
Yeah.
Do you think Intel doing that is what like cures him kind of? Because you know how he's like not remember how he like stops attacking in the trailers? He's like kind of friendly with with the gang.
Yeah, he's like talking to them as mutuals and not as enemies.
Do you think the nanotech could have possibly stopped the malfunction that caused his like brain disorder?
Genuinely, my answer to this is very like specific, and this probably won't happen in the movie, but this is just how I would see it. Like this in my mind, this is how I think it's going to happen if I were to predict. I think that initial fight scene that we see, it's on a bridge, right? When like Goblin throws the
and he's like,
bomb and shit.
Hello, Peter.
Yeah, I think that on the bridge, that's their first interaction with the villains, and I think that Peter's wearing his mask still, and he's like fighting them, and I think at some point his mask is going to come off, and that's when Doc Ock is going to say, "Oh wait, you're not Peter," and it's going to come to him.
Being alone for a sec.
Yeah, he's not going to be. He is going to be like, "Oh, I'm not going to keep fighting you because you're not who I'm after," and he's going to be like, "Yeah, I'm not the Peter Parker, you know," and then. Whatever. Then maybe he can explain the situation, and Doc Ock will be like, "Oh my god, like you're right. We should be good guys," and then he'll help him. I don't know,
dude. I feel like Doc Ock is going to interact with Doctor Strange as well.
Probably, but I don't know how
'Cause I
much.
feel like-
I don't know how much help Doctor Strange is going to be. I think he's not going to be in this movie as much as we think he's going to be because they need to let Peter have his own movie. It's his movie, so I think.
Yeah, and I think
be around a little bit.
I think Doctor Strange is also like doing his own shit to contain everything. He's doing his own stuff. Yeah.
Also, Tom Holland referred to the multiverse, so
Yep.
that's good. I mean, we already knew the multiverse was going to happen, but now that we
Yeah,
have
but he said we
legit
see it.
confirmation, yeah, I
he
think
said we see it.
that I think that we now also can raise the percentage of likeliness that something's going to happen with the multiverse. Like we were talking about last episode, like with X-Men, Fantastic Four, something's going to happen.
Yep.
Regarding the multiverse, wait, no, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, okay. Regarding regarding the multiverse being opened, and if hypothetically that would mean Fantastic Four or X-Men, I just want to put this out here just so that I'm saying it, so that in the future I can go back and be like, oh yeah, I was fucking right, if I'm right. I don't know if you noticed this, Nick, but in episode 2 of Hawkeye, and I wrote the quotes so that I'm not fucking up these quotes.
Nice.
Okay,
That's nice.
Kate Bishop says to Hawkeye, she says, are we going to your secret hideout, like the Avengers Tower? She's like, where are we going? And they're going to hide out. And Clint responds with, what?
Are we gonna go to the tower, Hawkeye?
Okay, you're going to take me to your tower and show me your
Show me Avengers Tower?
What are you doing, step bro?
All right, what were you saying? Sorry.
Yeah, so Kate Bishop says, are we going to your secret hideout, the Avengers Tower? And Clint responds with, no, Tony sold that years ago. So we know that Tony sold Avengers Tower. Now, let me ask you something.
Yeah, when he went off to live in that cabin, he must have
Yeah.
sold it.
Who lives in a big ass tower in New York, Nick? The Fantastic Four. I just want to theorize here, okay, people, and say there's a pretty good chance that at the end credit scene of Spider-Man, they're going to show us that tower being signed, or the rights to the tower being signed to who else? Reed Richards or Victor Von Doom. So whoever bought Avengers Tower, again, maybe none of this is right, but I have a pretty good feeling that either Victor Von Doom or Reed Richards bought Avengers Tower. And at some point, that's going to become the Fantastic Four's tower. I mean, I think that's going to happen. I'm feeling pretty confident about it. So that's everything that I got from the Spider-Man press snippet, and also incorporating that thing that Kate Bishop says, because I saw that and I had to pause the show because I was like, I was so like amazed that they said that. And I feel like I'm the only one who noticed it, even though a lot of nerds probably noticed that.
Yeah, I mean, Belly's like, oh my god, Fantastic Four gonna buy Stark Tower.
Oh yeah, one more thing about Hawkeye, and
yeah, go for it.
This. Joe Russo. Stop. He's not even the director of the show. I shouldn't blame him, but his daughter's not good at acting. And I don't want to be a dick, but she's bad. Did you notice in Endgame, and I think she's in Infinity War too, but she's bad. She plays Killen's daughter. Did you notice?
Yeah, I know. She's not a good actor.
She is not great.
Like when they're like shooting an Endgame.
The only thing worse is Francis Ford Coppola's daughter in The Godfather 3. Besides that, it might be the worst like performance from an executive's like child that I've ever seen. She's so bad. But anyways, we're gonna talk more about Hawkeye next week. I'm not gonna go in depth about it. I just want to bring those two little things. So
we'll talk about more. We'll talk more Hawkeye, more Falcon, and also maybe Loki. I might try to watch Loki.
Oh, dude, Loki's so good. The ending of Loki is so effing good.
And that's the story about how I turn into a giant pizza.
All right, Nick, what's next?
I'd say I'm pretty set. Should we move into our, let's say it at the same time.
Streaming service deals. I couldn't hear you. You have to say yours louder.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Streaming service steals.
I don't think Kick-Ass is on a streaming service, but I have it on Blu-ray and watch Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass is awesome. I can't vouch for 2. I haven't seen it recently. I can't vouch for it, but Kick-Ass 1 is freaking awesome, and Nicolas Cage is just like he's magnificent in every way. He's weird and creepy and awesome, and he's in Con Air. I think that's what it's called. That film is sick.
Con Air's good action flick. He's also in Face Off, which is one of my all-time favorite action movies. Kick-Ass 2 is actually not that bad. I mean, I didn't like it as much as Kick-Ass, but Kick-Ass 2 is okay.
I'm trying to think.
They have some pretty likable characters. Jim Carrey plays a character in that movie that's pretty likable.
God, man. Who's the actor that plays McLovin? I feel like an ass because I can't remember. So
like Seth or Evan something. I don't know. I just call him McLovin. That's kind of just who he is from now on. It's like Daniel Radcliffe. Like he's Harry Potter. It just is what it is. You know.
Augie Farks.
His name's Augie Farks.
What's the worst?
Augie Farks. Definitely got called farts as a kid.
No, okay, no, wait, no. That says fictional character. Oh, his name.
His name's dude. Augie Farks or Farts is from Role Models.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Which is also a great movie.
I don't know why it's just a picture of him regularly dressed up, and it says Augie Farks. It's not even like the character. His name is Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Christopher Mintz-Plasse or whatever. Yeah. That's right.
Dude, he's so good in that movie. He makes me hate him so much. I hated him so much.
I thought I recognized the name Augie, but that's from Role Models.
Farks.
We should watch that on the podcast, like a live watch along.
Bad Movie Monday.
That's a funny movie. Yeah, we can watch that Monday.
Bad Movie Monday.
Yeah, but that's actually not a bad movie. I like Role Models.
Yeah, I know. I do too, dude. I do too. When they're like pissing green, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd. I eat up anything Paul Rudd.
Last week,
Paul Rudd's freaking awesome.
Who did you eat up last week? William Dafoe. You ate up William Dafoe last week, and now you're eating up Paul Rudd. And next week, I'm going to eat you up.
There's like 5 actors. I'll just eat them up like they're little cupcakes.
My recommendation is also a Nicolas Cage movie, believe it or not. So this week is the week of Nick Cage.
Dude, make a shrine. Pray to Nick Cage, everyone.
I've heard some wild shit about Nick Cage that I will share on the podcast at some point. Like shit that you won't hear unless...
a Nick Cage horror story episode.
Do you want to? We could. Oh, I wish we. I mean, talk about a little bit too late for Halloween.
We'll look up all the stuff we can about Nick Cage, and then we'll
have a Nick Cage dedicated episode.
Yep.
On the history of Nick Cage.
We'll talk about our favorite and least favorite Nicolas Cage films, and also Nick Cage lore.
Burp incoming. Oh,
nice.
That's kind of an airy one, huh?
Nice.
Anyways, so my film is called Pig. Nick, have you seen like the trailers or anything for the movie Pig?
Dude, the name sounds eerily familiar, and I know I'm about to look it up, and it's about to be horrifying.
Okay, so I had
2021.
Yeah, it's brand new. I had the late night flight from JFK to LAX, and that's like a 5-hour. That's like a 5-hour flight. So I was like, well, I could just sleep, like whatever, I'll be fine. I'll just sleep the whole way through. And before I got the chance to do so, I was like, well, fuck it. Like, let me see what they have on the JetBlue movie service. Like, they have like some movies that are just recently released. Sometimes they have good movies. I mean, usually they're a bunch of dog shit, but like sometimes you find a gem. And sure as shit.
Sometimes you really can.
Sure as shit, I come across this movie Pig, and I'm like, hey, I've seen the trailer for this, but I don't know what it's about. Like, it's impossible now, having seen the movie, to understand what the frigging movie's about without watching the movie. Like, what do you think a movie called Pig is about?
I assume it's like Little Pig. It's like a play on Little Pig, Little Pig.
No, dude, it's not a horror movie either. You would think, looking at the poster for the movie, it's a horror movie. It looks really grungy and like scary, but it's not. I'm gonna let you watch the trailer.
Horror-like.
I'm gonna let you watch the trailer, then I'll continue.
Something just like effed him up and took his pig, I think.
Dude, yeah. Yeah. He gets his
God
stolen. It's such a nutty idea for a movie, but like it really works. I'm gonna talk about it in a sec.
What do you say we cut the chit chat a-hole?
What's going on?
The only thing weirder would be if he was naked the whole movie. That would be the only way to make that movie like more weird. I've forgotten my pants. Oh. Dude, Nick Cage, you know.
I'm Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage just makes noises. Oh, where'd my underwear go? Oh,
is this like just like a psychological like drama?
All right, are you finished with the trailer?
Almost.
All right, finish it.
Okay, that. So is it not a horror?
All
You're
right,
saying
so
it's not horror at all.
all right, so Nick just watched the trailer. And no, it's not horror. It's not a horror movie. I know it seems like a horror movie, but it's not. It's such an interesting story. It's like the first time I saw Parasite, I really didn't know what it was about because I had only seen like the poster for the movie, and I actually thought that was a horror movie too. And then you watch Parasite, and you're like, I don't even know what the fuck this is. How would you describe Parasite? Is it a thriller, psychological thriller?
It's like a psychological thriller. Like it also.
It's like nothing you've ever seen before. That's how I describe Parasite.
There's just something about like the Korean.
It touches on.
There's just something about Korean films that it doesn't matter what genre the film is, you're gonna laugh at some things because like they're just so funny. Their writing is so funny.
Yeah, and it touches on class structure and it touches on a lot of topics that are important. But as far as
and it's very like what's the word where it's like humor. It's like everybody can laugh at it. It's not very I don't know. It's humor everybody can laugh at, not just like it's not regional humor. It's not like hamburgers, right, guys, right? American
like
folks.
like a fat person falls over and it's like, oh,
yeah,
they're overweight.
Yeah,
no, it's like legit humor. It's it's
good.
written in
good
humor
stuff.
In the dialogue. But as far as Pig goes, the movie Pig,
would you say it's in the same in the same realm as Parasite? Like you're just like, what is this?
You don't know what's going
Like,
on until the middle of the
whoa.
movie, but once you get to once you figure it out, you're like,
oh my god, he uses
this
the
isn't
pig to
half
find
bad.
truffles.
Yeah, so I mean, you got that watching the trailer, so that's not really a spoiler. But I'm not going to say anything about the premise because whoever's listening to this, I want you to go watch Pig. First off, it's a really good acting performance by Nick Cage, who's honestly a good actor. People give him a lot of shit. He is crazy. He's nuts, but he's a good actor. Like that.
I think he's just taking anything right now just to get his like his money up. You know what I mean? And he's taking
but this
really
was a legitimately good project, and he's
also
also
who's in it? Something. What's his name?
He stars alongside the kid from Hereditary, the son.
Nathan Wolf, I think.
Yeah. So
Alex
who's also
Wolff.
pretty good. He's
Alex
also pretty
Wolff.
good in this movie.
Not
His
Nate.
name's Alex Wolff.
Yeah, he's in Hereditary. He
was just in the movie Old by
he's an
M. Night
actor.
Shyamalan. Yeah, he's pretty nice in this movie. He's nice. He's a kind guy, kind soul. But the movie was good. It was a surprisingly good movie. Like I said, I had the red eye flight. I was fully intent on sleeping all throughout the flight, and I found myself quite literally, not just saying this to be a cuck, on the edge of my seat. I was like, holy fuck, where's the pig? What's going on with the pig? I was so invested with this fucking pig. And also, I want to put this out here too. The guy next to me was like on his phone trying to like sleep and mind his own business. And every time he looked over at me, staring at this screen, and on screen was like Nick Cage chasing a pig or some shit. He was like, what is this guy doing? Holy fuck. I'm sitting next to a serial killer.
Truffle hunting.
It was
Cage, truffle hunting.
Yeah. Everyone was watching The Bachelor on the flight.
Awesome.
I was watching the fucking pig. But it's a good movie. I recommend it to anyone who I don't know what streaming service it's on. Not really a streaming service steal week because neither of us suggested a streaming service movie. But
yeah, sorry,
go
guys.
watch the pig. I mean, it's fucked and it's good, and the ending's really kind of sweet. I actually found myself getting a little bit choked up, and that's not.
You wanna go see something on a streaming service? Go on Disney Plus and watch The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna dedicate an episode to each of the prequel movies because
I could talk for an hour on the pod race.
Enough effing credit.
It's just because episode 2 is so bad. Episode 1 is okay, and episode 3 is unbelievable. But episode 2
isn't
so
even
bad.
that bad. It's bad.
The fighting
but
is the only thing that's good. The writing is the worst in all of Star
The
Wars.
Dooku fight's not that bad. We get to see Yoda and Dooku.
That's what I'm saying. The fighting is awesome. The fighting is awesome, but the writing is the worst in the whole series.
Do you remember
it's
how
unbearable
badass,
waiting from fight to fight? It's unbearable.
Do you remember how badass Dooku was in the Lego Star Wars game?
Which one? Like the original saga?
No, Count Dooku in the prequel saga of the Lego Star Wars game. Like the levels
Oh, I don't know why I said original.
on his
but
fucking on his planet. I forget the name of the planet where they have the
I
battle
can't
with all
remember
the
that
Jedi.
fight, dude. I had the Game Boy game, and
Dude,
then
I
I
had
got
it
the
on,
PS2 game
what's it
of the
called?
original
GameCube.
3. I have never played the. No, I got the complete saga, so I must have played it. I just can't remember.
I think Lego
I don't
Star
know, I
Wars.
can't remember.
I would say Lego Star Wars and Lego Batman are they compete for my favorite amongst the Lego games. Lego Batman's also
All the
really, really
Legos are
fun.
cool. Lego Indiana Jones is pretty neat. I mean, all of them are
Yeah.
playable. They're all
They really
super
are.
playable.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the customization factor that I liked. I liked like getting to use all the different characters and how they each had their own little perk.
Yeah,
or, like,
dude.
Their own weapon. Like I really enjoyed that playing those games.
I can't tell you how much time I spent in the cantina in the original saga just making characters.
Jedi. Dude, yeah.
I'd make so many Jawa freaking Jedi because I just loved the Jawa heads.
Just put Greedo's head on like Leia's
Yeah.
body. Dude,
I
that's
just
gonna
love
be our
thinking
new
of
logo.
Mando blasting Jawas.
Our new logo is gonna be Greedo's face on Leia's body. Big ass. Leia's big, thick oatmeal ass.
Yeah, no, like
and Greedo's face.
get her like in when she's like
Like a
dressed up
Photoshop
as
picture.
like
Bikini Leia.
bikini Leia.
Jabba's Hutt Lair. I mean Jabba's
Jabba's Hutt layer.
Just not.
There's
speaking
Jabba's
English.
Hutt layer right
And
there.
my neighbor is staring at me while I record a podcast. Hey, fucker. Anyways,
How you gonna Princess Leia?
yeah, dude. So I guess the recommendation kind of also turned into a Lego Star Wars and Batman and Indiana Jones game recommendation. So go play those
Yeah,
games.
but-
They're really fun.
Yeah, but you guys got a lot of extra content right there.
A lot of explicit content. We got to start putting that shit on a Patreon, along with your nudes.
Yeah, my nudes. We'll put them on some tees. My butt shirt. Oh, dude, we could do like underwear that has my ass over the ass of the underwear. All right, there's so much that we can do. All right,
What else?
should we tell them what we're gonna? Should we say what we're gonna do next week, or should we just end it and just
Let's say
surprise
what we're
them?
gonna do next week. Do you want to do a watch along?
Yeah. Okay. We'll possibly do a watch along. Me and Emma will talk about it. We'll decide.
We'll discuss. We'll
We
figure
do a
it
watch
out.
along, and then we'll also do a pod. In the pod, we'll talk. Let's talk Loki. I'll watch all of Loki, and then let's also talk. Should we rewatch the Spider-Man?
The OG Spider-Mans?
Yeah, like we could rewatch the Tobey Maguire's, review those, and then we
I'm down.
can move on
Let's do
to
let's do 1, 2, and 3. We'll dedicate the next episode to Tobes.
Yeah, I'm down. All right, sounds freaking dope, man. All right, thanks for listening, guys.
Wait, we gotta say some cool shit before we leave. What do we say?
Oh, okay.
What's some cool shit? Comment in the comment section some cool shit to say when we end the podcast. What's like a catchphrase? That's another thing. What's the coolest
Later.
catchphrase that's ever been said?
Catch
in
you
film?
later, cum chuggers.
No, you know what is the best one? From Just Friends, when they almost crash and he goes, "For the love of Mariah Carey." That's a great one. He goes, "This is a Pontiac Grand Prix." Have you seen that movie?
Oh my god, we could. All right, I haven't seen that, but we can end it. You could use that sound clip, and then right when he goes, "This is a," you can just go podcast, and then we can end it.
Okay, ready? Let's say podcast at the same time.
This is a podcast. All right, let's say podcast at the same time so we can just get the soundbite for it.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
What the hell are you doing? This is a
Podcast.
No, all right.
Fuck. All right, 3, 2, 1.
What the hell are you doing? This is a
Podcast. You didn't even say it that time. I say we try doing that who shot. That you say who, I say shot, and you can say first. Okay, so we're not saying.
We'll
some
both say
shit at the same time. Okay, ready?
Yep, ready. Who
Shot.
voiced?
Wait.
Why
one.
did you say it?
Because I forgot. Okay, you go.
Who
Shot.
voiced?